Hello and welcome to the last of the Prevention Plus series. This is the healthy nervous system. This particular presentation was created by Pamela Hyen and Christina Campbell. What you're going to learn during this particular presentation is what comprises the nervous system, how the nervous system functions, the difference between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic nervous system, causes and symptoms of nerve disorders and neurological challenges, effects of food additives and excitotoxins on the brain, and which therapeutic grade essential oils and applications can support a healthy nervous system. So first of all, our central nervous system consists of the brain and spinal cord. The brain is encased in the neurocranium. It's surrounded by protective membranes called meninges. Meninges float in a crystal clear cerebrospinal fluid. Cylindrical and elongated spinal cord lies in the vertebral canal. So what is the nervous system? First of all, it is the smallest and yet most complex of all the body systems. It's an intricate and highly organized network of billions of neurons. It includes the brain, 12 pairs of cranial nerves and their branches, spinal cord, 31 pairs of spinal nerves and their branches, ganglia, enteric plexuses, and sensory receptors. It helps to maintain homeostasis or balance, and it integrates all body activities by sensing changes, interpreting, and consequently reacting. Function of the nervous system. There's a sensory function which detects internal and external stimuli and carries information to the brain and spinal cord. There's an integrative function which processes sensory information by analyzing and storing for appropriate decision-making responses. It also provides motor, muscular contraction, and/or gland secretion. The peripheral nervous system. This is the channel for the relay of sensory and motor impulses between the central nervous system and the body surface, skeletal muscles, and internal organs. It's composed of spinal nerves, cranial nerves, and certain parts of the autonomic nervous system. Nervous pathways are made up of neurons, which are nerve cell bodies and their axons and dendrites, and synapses, points at which the neuron communicates with the next neuron. So let's just talk about the autonomic nervous system for a moment. This system controls involuntary body functions like your heartbeat, your breathing, digestion, glandular activity, contraction, and dilation of blood vessels. It's composed of two parts, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems. The sympathetic has stimulatory effects, stress hormones like adrenaline, and noradrenaline. And the parasympathetic has relaxing effects. It secretes acetylcholine to slow heart and speed digestion. So we're going to look at both of those systems separately. First, the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the system that we call the rest and digest system. It supports body functions that conserve and restore body energy during rest and recovery. The 5 parasympathetic responses use the acronym SLUD, which stands for S as in salivation, L as in lacrimation, which is the production or secretion of tears, U in urination, D in digestion, and D in defecation. There are 3 decrease responses. The parasympathetic nervous system decreases heart rate, the reduction in the diameter of airways, and the constriction of pupils. The sympathetic nervous system, on the other hand, is your fight or flight system. It favors body functions that support physical activities and reduces body functions that store energy. Includes physical exertion as well as emotional responses such as stress. And the sympathetic E situations are exercise, emergency, excitement, and embarrassment. So let's discuss some nerve disorders or neurological diseases. Just take a closer look. Nerve disorders involve the peripheral or surface nerves. Neuralgia, neuritis, neuropathy, Bell's palsy, and carpal tunnel syndrome. Neurological diseases are associated with disturbances in the brain, like ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease, multiple sclerosis, and Parkinson's disease. Neuropathy is peripheral nerve damage. Some of the symptoms of neuropathy are tingling in the hands and feet. It can spread to limbs and trunk of the body. And the causes could be complications from diabetes, alcoholism, vitamin B12 deficiency, painkillers, or exposure and absorption of certain chemicals. Recommendation: boost the production of pregnenolone and human growth hormone. And we'll be talking about this a little later in the presentation. Neuralgia, on the other hand, is direct pain from damaged nerves. Some of the symptoms are temporary sharp pain in the peripheral nerve area. Also, it may include numbness or lack of feeling in the affected area. Causes are inflammation due to injury, autoimmune diseases such as lupus or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Recommendations are to apply anti-inflammatory essential oils, neat or diluted, to affected areas 3 to 4 times a day. Place cold compress on location 2 to 3 times a day. And carpal tunnel syndrome is a specific type of neuralgia, and we're going to be talking about certain oils that are very, very beneficial in bringing back the feeling in these certain areas that may be affected. Neuritis is painful inflammation of the peripheral nerves. Some of the symptoms of neuritis are pain and burning with numbness or tingling and muscle weakness or even paralysis. The causes can be prolonged exposure to cold temperatures like in frostbite or heavy metal poisoning, diabetes, vitamin deficiency, and infectious diseases. Bell's palsy is a type of neuritis. Multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune disease. It's a progressive disease of the central nervous system, and it destroys the myelin sheath surrounding the nerve fibers of the brain, the spinal cord, and optic nerves. The transmission of nerve impulses become impaired, particularly in pathways involved with vision, sensation, and movement. Some of the symptoms may be muscle weakness in extremities, deteriorating coordination and balance, numbness or prickly sensation, poor attention or memory, speech impediment, incontinence, dizziness, and even hearing loss. Cold baths and relaxed swimming are two of the best activities for relieving these symptoms. For severe symptoms, lower body temperature and receive a raindrop technique with essential oils, which we'll be talking about later. ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, is also a degenerative nerve disorder. It affects nerve fibers in the spinal cord, which controls voluntary movement. Some of the symptoms might be difficulty breathing, difficulty swallowing, head drop due to weak spinal and neck muscles, muscle cramps, muscle weakness, paralysis, speech problems such as slow or abnormal speech pattern, voice changes, drooling, muscle spasms, muscle contractions, and weight loss. Essential oils may help clear the emotions of fear and anger and help work through the psychological and emotional aspect of many of these diseases. Parkinson's disease. This is the deterioration of specific nerve centers in the brain. It affects more men, than women. No pain or other sensation other than decreased ability to move. Symptoms appear slowly in no particular order and can include things like tremors, involuntary shaking of the hands, head, or both, rigidity, slow movement, and loss of balance, possible stooped posture, trouble swallowing, depression, and difficulty performing small tasks. Restoring dopamine levels in the brain can reduce symptoms, and sulfurzyme provides a source of organic sulfur, a vital nutrient for nerve and myelin sheath formation. We really feel it's important to discuss the effects of food additives and excitotoxins on the brain. So you might be asking, well, what are excitotoxins? They're actually substances, chemical substances, such as aspartame, that react with specialized receptors in the brain in such a way as to lead to destruction of certain type of brain cells. Glutamate is one of the more commonly known excitotoxins, and MSG is the sodium salt of glutamate. There's a strong connection between dietary excitotoxin excess and neurological dysfunction and diseases. I've even heard that aspartame and MSG can directly lead to seizures and loss of balance. Chronic elevations of blood glutamate can breach the intact blood-brain barrier, and numerous conditions can leave the barrier incompetent. Over 100 million Americans now consume products containing one or more excitotoxins, which go by over 40 different names. Excitotoxin injury is of special concern from the fetal stage to adolescence during the critical period of brain formation. Aging and free radical activity magnify the increased susceptibility to excitotoxin damage, and the nervous system is significantly weakened and made more susceptible to further excitotoxic injury. So let's take a look at some of the foods that might have these excitotoxins in them, to include the aspartame and MSG. And you'll probably be really amazed at some of the foods listed on this website, www.msgtruth.org, and then /avoid.htm. You'll be able to get a list of foods that you should be avoiding in order to support a healthy nervous system. Just about every chewing gum has aspartame in it, so we really need to be label readers, don't we? So let's talk about therapeutic grade essential oils and applications of those oils. First of all, I'd like to discuss with you a technique that was originated by D. Gary Young called the neuroauricular technique, or NAT. An auricular probe is recommended, and here on the right side of the screen you'll see a picture of the auricular probe. This is suitable for stimulating the areas of vagus nerve complex along the occipital ridge, or the base of the skull, and cervical vertebrae of the spine at the back of the neck. So that's the C-spine. The vagus nerve complex is the largest nerve bundle affecting the physiological reactions of fight and flight, often called stress. Originally, NAT was used for Parkinson's disease, but it is now being used for people and animals in crises, trauma, and even in post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. There are 6 oils that are used in an easy-to-learn 7-step procedure to offer a deep level of stress reduction, and those oils are frankincense, valerian, vetiver, Roman chamomile, cedarwood, and sandalwood. However, you can use other oils as you're intuitively led in the neuroauricular technique. So experiment. Frankincense was one of the first oils mentioned in NAT, and it supports growth hormone production. It alleviates depression, promotes relaxation, and reduces inflammation. We recommend you apply 2 to 4 drops on location on the VitaFlex points on the bottom of the feet, inhale directly, or even diffuse. As a dietary supplement, you can dilute 1 drop in 4 drops of V6 or olive oil, put in a capsule, and take 1 before each meal. Roman chamomile was also one of the oils that was mentioned in NAT, and it has been found to be an incredible nerve regenerator. It's highly anti-inflammatory, it's anesthetic, and it combats nervousness. So you can see how Roman chamomile could really support a healthy nervous system. Some of the recommended applications, again, are applying 2 to 4 drops on location, on the ankles, the wrists, on the VitaFlex points on the bottom of the feet. You can directly inhale it, or you can even diffuse it or take it as a dietary supplement. Peppermint has always been recommended as an anti-inflammatory. It's also got analgesic properties, and it stimulates the brain. You can dilute 1 part with vegetable oil. You can apply it at the base of the skull or on the VitaFlex points. You can apply it on the temples and across the forehead, especially if you're having a headache or you need mental clarity. Avoid contact with the eyes or mucous membranes or fresh wounds, as peppermint can be a little hot. It might be, you might feel some burning if you get it into your eye for sure. Heliochrysum is another great oil for regenerating nerves. It too is an anesthetic, and it has the ability to chelate chemicals and toxins. You can apply drops of heliochrysum on location, on VitaFlex points on the bottom of the feet. You can directly inhale, diffuse, or take this one as a dietary supplement as well. Rosemary is great for improving mental clarity. It boosts alertness. It helps overcome mental fatigue, and it amplifies the mental abilities. You can dilute 1 part with 1 part of vegetable oil, or you can apply 2 to 4 drops on location, either diluted or neat. You can apply it to the VitaFlex points on the bottom of the feet, or you can even take it as a dietary supplement or through inhalation. Wintergreen is highly anti-inflammatory. You can use wintergreen as a topical analgesic because it's soothing to nerve pain. And again, recommended application is to use neat or dilute with a V6 mixing oil. You can apply drops on location where you're experiencing pain, or again on the VitaFlex points on the bottom of the feet. Lavender oil has always been touted as the universal oil because it has so many uses. It's anti-inflammatory, it relieves nervous tension, it improves mental acuity, increases beta waves in the brain, reduces mental stress, and alleviates depression. I would recommend applying this to the bottom of the feet, at the back of the skull, on the temples of the and across the forehead, or on the VitaFlex points on the bottom of the feet. Valor is the first blend that we're introducing to you today, and it promotes a feeling of self-control. It's very grounding and strengthening, and it helps to overcome anger and negative emotions. It opens and releases emotional blocks. It stimulates the limbic part of the brain. It alleviates feelings of stress and despair. So you can diffuse this. You can add it to your bath water. You can apply it to the wrists or the chest or the base of the skull, the bottom of the feet, or along the spine in a raindrop technique. And when using a series of oils, always use Valor first. You can wait 5 to 10 minutes before applying the other oils so that Valor has a chance to start doing its work. You can dilute 1 to 15 parts with vegetable oil for a body massage. And again, we would recommend the V6 mixing oil. This particular blend contains the essential oils of rosewood, blue tansy, frankincense, and spruce, and a carrier oil of sweet almond. Panaway is an oil that contains some of the oils that we've talked about today, the oil of heliochrysum, wintergreen, and peppermint, but it also contains clove, which is highly analgesic. Panaway helps to reduce inflammation. It's a strong anti-inflammatory. It's a powerful pain blocker. This would be great for carpal tunnel or nerve damage anywhere on the body, peripheral nerve damage. You can dilute it, or you can use it straight or neat on location. You can put it on the back of the neck or on the forehead, and it can be diluted with Ortho-Ease massage oil, which would be nice to massage an area, maybe you have diabetic neuropathy on the bottom of the feet, Panaway would be very, very helpful for that. Aromases is also highly anti-inflammatory. It calms the nerves, and it has a significant analgesic effect. It helps also to relieve stress. So use Aromases topically. You can also use it with the raindrop technique, and it has the oils of basil, which is good for mental clarity, marjoram, lavender, peppermint, and cypress. Deep Relief Roll-On is a great way to calm stressed nerves, reduce inflammation on site, provide pain relief, and it's great to use with NAT. Even though it wasn't mentioned in the 6-oil protocol, like I was mentioning earlier, you can use other oils along that C-spine and at the base of the skull to get relief. Apply generously on location every 15 minutes for relief. And it contains the essential oils of peppermint, lemon, Idaho balsam fir, copaiba, clove, wintergreen, helichrysum, vetiver, and palo santo in a fractionated and virgin coconut oil. Also, I would like to mention that many of the oils that we've been talking about to help support the nervous system are included in this wonderful Deep Relief essential oil roll-on. Peppermint, the wintergreen, the helichrysum. So this is a great little roll-on to put in your pocketbook or in your briefcase and carry it with you if you have discomfort. Clarity is another blend that promotes a clear mind. It amplifies mental alertness. It improves brain activity and vitality. It's anti-inflammatory. It revitalizes the nervous system, alleviates mental fatigue, and it's recommended to either directly inhale, I love to diffuse this one, and to add 2 to 4 drops to a bath water. You can apply 1 to 2 drops on the edge of the ears, on the wrists, on the neck, on the forehead, the temples, or on the Vitaflex points on the bottom of the feet. And if you're wanting to target specifically the Vitaflex point for the brain, that would be the big toe. Brain power. This one is highly recommended for increasing mental clarity. It promotes deep concentration. Long-term use may retard the aging process. Because it's high in sesquiterpenes, it helps to clean nerve receptor sites. It alleviates brain fog, and it's very beneficial for neuralgia. I would recommend applying this directly to the back of the neck and possibly to the temples, and even on the top of the head. Another way that you can apply brain power is by putting a couple of drops on the thumb and then placing the thumb to the roof of the mouth, or 1 or 2 drops on your fingers and then rubbing it on the insides of the cheeks of the mouth. This way you get immediate uptake into the bloodstream, and it's very close to the brain, so you're getting the effects directly shooting into the brain. Okay, so let's talk about how Young Living supplements can support a healthy nervous system. First of all, sulfurzyme. You've noticed, if you've watched the other presentations of the Prevention Plus series, that sulfurzyme is mentioned a lot because it supports every major function of the body. It combats autoimmune disease. It alleviates pain associated with inflammation. So if you have inflamed nerves, sulfurzyme would be a great supplement to take. I recommend a best-selling book called The Miracle of MSM, The Natural Solution for Pain. This book was authored by UCLA neuropsychiatrist Dr. Ronald Lawrence and Dr. Stanley Jacob. And we're going to give you the resource for this book at the end of the presentation. Another supplement that everyone should be taking is omegas. And our Omega Blue is an excellent way to get those essential fatty acids into the system. It reduces systemic inflammation, and more importantly, it supports brain health. fortifies and strengthens the body. Its powerful natural antioxidant is great for every system of the body. And it can be used in cases of neuralgia. We recommend 3 capsules a day or 1 soft gel capsule 3 times a day to get the minimum daily requirement of your omegas. Super B is another supplement that's critical for nerve function. This is great to take during times of stress. It supports proper action of growth hormones. And you can take a half to 1 tablet daily. Super C is our vitamin C complex. And the important thing to note about vitamin C is that it is a water-soluble vitamin, so that your body uses it up very quickly, and what it doesn't use gets flushed out of the system very quickly. And so we need to be taking vitamin C on a regular basis. It prevents premature aging. It's a potent antioxidant, and of course it's crucial for the proper action of growth hormone. I take up to 6 tablets daily. It's best to be taken before meals, but the recommended dose is 1 to 2 tablets, especially if you're under physical stress. Mineral Essence, of course, is one of my favorites, and this is a ionic mineral complex. It actually has 60 ionic minerals. It balances the electrolytes in the body. It helps prevent disease and aging, and it's necessary for proper immune and metabolic functions. Did you know that minerals are required for vitamin assimilation and absorption? And by taking 3 to 5 dropperfuls in either purified water, or I like to take mine in some Ningxia red juice in the morning or evening, it can be very, very effective in those areas of the nervous system as well. PD8020 contains pregnenolone and DHEA. And we mentioned earlier that pregnenolone is imperative for a healthy nervous system. It actually is the precursor to other hormones that are made in the brain for the body. It helps prevent premature aging and supports the central nervous system. Start with 1 capsule per day, and then you can increase to 2 capsules per day as needed. Ningxia red and wolfberries. Ningxia red and wolfberries protect against free radical damage. Ningxia red is very low glycemic and can reverse many signs of aging. Both the juice and the berries boost brain power. And some of the recommendations are taking 2 to 4 ounces of the juice a day, or adding the Ningxia wolfberries to oatmeal, pancakes. You can mix it in salads or with nuts or other dried fruit. It can be used in cooking, salads, desserts. You can eat them alone. They make a great healthy snack. And they can be purchased from Young Living. The Raindrop Essential Oils Kit. This particular kit includes an instructional DVD and booklet, 2 8-ounce bottles of Ortho-Ease and V6 massage oils. It also includes 5 milliliter bottles of aroma seeds, which we mentioned earlier, basil for mental clarity, cypress to increase circulation, marjoram, oregano, peppermint, thyme, valor, and wintergreen. The raindrop technique actually stimulates energy impulses and disperses the oils along the nervous system throughout the entire body. Essential oils are applied to the spinal column, and then they're absorbed through the nerves that feed the entire body, helping to reduce spinal inflammation and bringing the body back to balance. So this would be very, very good for supporting a healthy nervous system. Here's a raindrop testimonial from a friend of mine, Nancy Weber. She stated, having central nervous system damage and spinal surgeries decades ago, I had continual pain and spasms throughout my body. In 1991, I was completely paralyzed for a few weeks from the damage, and two wonderful friends and healers used the raindrop technique on me. And for the first time since I was 25, I was able to get up pain-free. That night, I had no leg or back spasms. 3 weeks later, I had the great fortune to learn this remarkable technique from Gary Young. This technique has kept my immune system strong, my body pain-free, and far stronger than I've been in years. At age 62, I can easily say it has reversed most of the damage to my body, and my ability to help others has expanded tremendously. And I want to tell you that Nancy Weber was with us in Ireland, and she was dancing the jig in the Killarney pub with us, and so she is not in any pain. She's just got a tremendous amount of energy. Ortho-Ease is one of the massage oils found in the Raindrop Kit, and it actually is a vegetable oil complex which is imbued with the essential oils of wintergreen, peppermint, thyme, and marjoram. So this is great to apply over the entire body to relieve pain and inflammation. Bring a bottle into your massage therapist and have her give your next massage with Ortho-Ease. So let's talk a minute about how to receive your wholesale membership. If you're interested in supporting a healthy immune system, then I think that you would be interested in purchasing the Start Living Enrollment Kit for $40 and then adding to that the Raindrop Technique Kit, which again features 9 powerful essential oils, 2 massage oils, and an instructional DVD and booklet on how to give a raindrop technique. Enroll in your 90-day Healthy Nervous System program. This is called Essential Rewards, and the benefits of the Essential Rewards program are that you can earn 10, 15, and even up to 20% in free product on each monthly shipment. You can enjoy reduced shipping. As a matter of fact, shipping is almost half of what you would pay on a regular order. It's about $6 and some cents for up to 5 pounds. You get discounted pricing on exclusive product packages, and you never run out of products to support your healthy nervous system. Suggestions for your first Essential Rewards order might be sandalwood and Roman chamomile, especially if you're looking to do an NAT treatment on a friend or loved one. This wholesale price is $108.50, and you would get a rebate on the Essential Rewards Savings Plan of $10.85, because the first 6 months you'll get a 10% rebate. In the next 6 months you'll get a 15% rebate on everything that you buy. And after the first year of being a faithful Essential Rewards program participant, that will go up to 20% and stay 20% rebate until you stop your rewards. I always say for the rest of your life. A second suggestion, or for your second month, might be a bottle of Panaway and a bottle of Brain Power. This wholesale price is $123.50, and that will give you a 10% rebate on your Essential Rewards Savings Plan of $12.35. So now you've got over $22 in free product rewards that you can turn in after your second month. In the third month, we might want to suggest Omega Blues, the Mineral Essence, the Ningxia Red, and a Deep Relief Roll-On. This wholesale price would be $118, giving you an additional $11.80. Now you have almost $35 in free product that you can order from Young Living. Here are some of the resources that I wanted to mention to you. First of all, I mentioned the Miracle of MSM, the natural solution for pain. This is, again, by Dr. Ronald Lawrence and Stanley Jacob, and it can be purchased from lifesciencepublishers.com or Abundant Health for You. Also, there's a couple of brochures that you might be interested in, the Raindrop Technique and the 7 powerful benefits that you will receive from the Raindrop Technique. If you're interested in purchasing an auricular probe, this too can be purchased from Abundant Health for You. And I would be amiss if I didn't mention the Essential Oils Desk Reference. This comprehensive resource, it's a 3-ring binder, can be purchased from Life Science Publishers and has the raindrop technique in pictures for step-by-step learning, and also includes information on nerve disorders and neurological diseases, and those oils and supplements that can be very, very helpful to supporting a healthy nervous system. So at this time, we want to welcome you to Young Living, where we enjoy healthy minds and healthy bodies. We want to thank you for listening to us as we gave this presentation today, and we hope that you will share these presentations with people, teaching them that there is an alternative way of healing that is available to each and every one of us. So thank you.